You do well for a while, things start working. You're consistent, focused, maybe even proud. And then, you pull back. You miss a deadline you could have met. You start a small argument. You forget to reply to the opportunity. And later, you tell yourself you're just bad at maintaining success. But what if you're not sabotaging success? What if you're protecting yourself from it? There's a reason your brain tightens when things go right. And it's not what you think. Self-sabotage doesn't look dramatic. It looks subtle. You finally get recognition at work, and suddenly you procrastinate more than ever. You enter a healthy relationship and start questioning everything. You save money consistently, and then make one impulsive purchase that resets progress. On the surface, it makes no sense. You wanted this. You worked for this. So why does your behavior quietly undermine it? The answer often lives in identity. Not skill, not discipline, identity. If, deep down, you see yourself as the one who struggles, or the one who almost makes it, or the one who doesn't get lucky, then sustained success creates psychological tension, cognitive dissonance. Your external reality starts to contradict your internal self-concept, and the brain hates contradictions, so it resolves them, not by updating your identity immediately, but by adjusting your behavior to restore familiarity. You don't fall because you're incapable. You fall because stability feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar can feel unsafe. But unsafe to what exactly? You are not broken. You are patterned. Most self-sabotage is not rebellion. It's regulation. If you grew up in unpredictability, chaos, or criticism, your nervous system learned a baseline. Maybe it learned that success attracts envy. Maybe it learned that standing out invites judgment. Maybe it learned that things going well don't last. So your brain built an internal thermostat, a comfort zone. And comfort doesn't mean pleasant, it means familiar. If chaos was familiar, calm can feel threatening. If struggle was familiar, ease can feel suspicious. Self-sabotage in this light isn't stupidity. It's your nervous system trying to return to a known emotional temperature. But how does that process actually happen inside your brain? Let's slow it down. There are 3 systems involved. First, self-concept. In cognitive psychology, your brain builds schemas, mental maps. They help you predict who you are and what to expect. If your schema says, "I'm not the successful type," then success creates a mismatch. That mismatch triggers cognitive dissonance, a state of psychological discomfort. Your brain wants coherence more than achievement. Now, the amygdala. The amygdala scans for threats. But it doesn't just scan for danger. It scans for uncertainty. Rapid change, even positive change, activates it. Success often means new expectations, higher visibility, more responsibility, more variables. Your brain interprets this as unpredictability. Unpredictability equals potential threat. Finally, dopamine. Dopamine is often misunderstood. It's not the pleasure chemical. It's the anticipation chemical. It spikes when pursuing goals. But once you reach stability, the spike fades. The chase is over. If your identity is built around striving, not sustaining, you may unconsciously recreate a problem to feel motivated again. Here's the metaphor. Your brain is like a GPS programmed with an old home address. Even if you drive somewhere better, it keeps rerouting you back. Not because the new place is worse, but because the system hasn't updated. And until it updates, every new road feels like a mistake. So how do you update the address without forcing yourself? This isn't about pushing harder. It's about rewiring gradually. Here are 4 principles. Instead of telling yourself, "I am successful now," say, "I'm someone who is learning to handle success." This reduces cognitive dissonance. Behavioral psychology shows gradual identity shifts are more sustainable than sudden declarations. Your brain resists extreme identity flips, but it tolerates incremental updates. If you receive praise at work, don't deflect it. Say, "I'm getting better at this." That small sentence adjusts the schema without overwhelming it. You're not forcing a new identity. You're stretching the old one. When things are calm, consciously notice it. Label it. Nothing is wrong right now. Neuroscience shows that naming emotional states reduces amygdala activation. It signals safety. If calm feels unfamiliar, your brain scans for hidden threats. Labeling safety retrains that scan. You're in a peaceful relationship. Instead of creating tension, pause and say internally, "This quiet is safe." Over time, calm becomes less suspicious. If you feel restless after progress, don't destroy progress. Add novelty in controlled ways. Your dopamine system craves stimulation, but it doesn't require destruction. You can create challenge without collapse. You're consistent at the gym and feel bored. Instead of quitting entirely, try a new routine or skill. The brain gets novelty. Your foundation stays intact. You're feeding motivation without burning stability. Psychologist Gay Hendricks calls it the upper limit problem. When things go well, you unconsciously create a setback. When success feels uncomfortable, don't interpret it as proof you're incapable. Interpret it as a predictable nervous system response. Metacognition, awareness of your mental patterns, reduces impulsive behavior. When you expect the reaction, you're less controlled by it. You finish a big project successfully. The next day, you feel an urge to procrastinate everything else. Instead of following it blindly, you say, "This is the adjustment phase." You wait 24 hours before making drastic decisions. Often, the urge fades. Because it was never about failure, it was about recalibration. Here's the simple mental model. Your nervous system has a set point, like a thermostat. It's calibrated to familiarity, not happiness. If you've lived at 68 degrees your whole life, 75 feels extreme, even if it's better. Self-sabotage is the thermostat trying to cool things down. But thermostats can be recalibrated, not by smashing them, by slowly adjusting the range. Each time you tolerate stability without ruining it, you expand your comfort zone. Each time you stay in success just a little longer, your brain updates its map. You don't need to leap into a new identity. You just need to stay present long enough for your brain to realize nothing bad happened. You are not addicted to failure. You are adapted to familiarity. And familiarity can change. The next time you feel that subtle urge to pull back, pause. Not to fight it, just to notice it. That pause is the space where identity updates. Success isn't something you achieve once. It's something your nervous system learns to tolerate. And maybe the real growth isn't reaching higher. It's staying. Staying when it feels unfamiliar. Staying when it feels quiet. Staying long enough to make a new place feel like home.